In 2010 or 11, I posted a video of an American band playing a cover version of a song that I'd played on when I was still at school in 1981. And when I posted that, a guy from Kragujevac in Serbia sent me a message to say, "You do know this song is famous, don't you, through Yugoslavia?" I had no idea about that. So 30 years after I left school and we'd released this song, we found out it was known over here. So I wanted to find out more about it. It sounded like an interesting story. It is an interesting story. I'm a historian. And it gave me an opportunity to try and, I don't know, I wanted to understand a lot better about Yugoslavia. I was interested in former Yugoslavia. So I wanted to trace the journey of the song, to find out how the song we'd recorded when I was 17 or 18 years old, what had happened to it, how come it had become well known in Croatia, you know, and so I was trying to trace the journey of that song, and so I basically, the book is a travelogue of a journey over here, following the song, whilst I go around to interview people from the old punk scene from 1980 and the post-punk and the Novi Val and the rest of it. So it's a travelogue, but what I wanted to do was to try and show a more complicated and rich picture of the Balkan countries than the one that we get in the UK and the US, because we get a very simplistic version, you know. So, and what I did to try and make it different to what you would normally have is I used 3 different books rather than travelogue books. So I used Rebecca West's Black Lamb Grey Falcon from the 1930s and Hayat Mack, and so I used books from different periods, and I tried to follow the footsteps of the 3 people who'd written those books in 1936, 1980 something, 1990s. So many. I mean, obviously, you know, in Rijeka here, you know, the bands like Paraf, you know, and Termiti and bands like that, but obviously Kud Idioti, who were the band who covered the song, were absolutely central to me. But there's so many. I was in Ljubljana with Bankriti, and it was their 40th anniversary gig that I went to see there. But of course, those were bands from that period of time, Kabao, but there's so many. But there's 40 years of bands since, so I've had 40 years of musical history dropped onto me in one go. You know, and there's still some great younger bands, but I've sort of only got to about 2010 now. You know, bands like Goribor and Mort and Repetitor and people like that now. So I'm just working my way through thousands and thousands of these bands. I'd been here once with work before, and this is now my 4th visit. So I've been twice since, and this is now my 4th visit. But no, I hadn't. I'd studied Yugoslavia a little bit. I studied modern European history, and but I hadn't visited, and I was really ignorant, you know, of nothing was quite what I thought, and the journey of the song was the lens that was able to show me that what I had thought was not very clever, you know. So I wouldn't want to pick a single band, because if you were to ask me which was my single favourite UK or American punk band, I couldn't tell you, you know.
Ako ćeš nam malo reći, ti si napisao knjigu povijest, tako...
Hrvatskog punka novog vala, da.
I imaš poglavlje u knjizi.
Da, dodatak jedan knjizi, kronologija razvoja, nastanka i razvoja jugoslavenskog punka novog vala od, ne znam, 76. 7. do negdje konca 80. 87. 8. Tako, ajmo reći, dosta detaljna, obilježi sve neke, eminentnije bendove koji su obilježili taj period na području cijele Jugoslavije, a sve se desilo tako da jedan prijatelj me preporučio Bariju, pa smo stupili u kontakt preko Facebooka, pa me on tako pitao neka moja mišljenja i saznanja o toj temi, i onda na kraju me zamolio da bi mu napisao timeline, ja sam to rado napravio, i on je izašao već u engleskom izdanju, evo sad i na hrvatskom. I on je bitno, recimo, olakšava neke stvari u čitanju i stavlja ih na neko pravo mjesto. Ali to je jedna kronologija, nisam ja tu nešto sa autorskim, ne znam šta, ali čisto jedna informativna kronologija. albuma, izdanja, bendova i tako dalje.
Jesi čitao knjigu?
U engleskoj verziji sam čitao, da.
Knjiga donosi novo, što recimo se prije nije znalo.
Pa donosi na jedan drugčiji pogled jednog zapadnjaka, znači čovjeka stranca koji je onda živio u Nizozemskoj, kad je pisao knjigu, inače rodom Englez iz, ja mislim, Sheffielda. Tako nešto, trenutno živi u Škotskoj, to u nekom selu, u divljini, u planini i on inače povjesničar umjetnosti i piše govore, recimo političke je pisao za britanskog premijera John Majora, ni više ni manje, ako ne i za ovoga prije šta je bio iza njega. Uglavnom za laburiste je nešto tako pisao i on je kao motivacijski govornik i povjesničar, svašta nešto i glazbenik, imao svoj punk band i mob koji su ostavili traga, ali nemao veliku diskografiju. Ali su ostavili traga. I tako, to je plod jedne te suradnje. Znači, Barijev je vid zapadnjaka, punkera, čija je izvorna pjesma potakla neke obrade na ovim prostorima, od kojih vrlo popularnu Kud idiota, koja je postala jedna od himni domaćeg punka, 90-ih i prije. I on je to napisao, vidio onog putopisa, autobiografskog putopisa, kako on svojim očima doživljava bivšu Jugoslaviju, Sloveniju, Hrvatsku, svaka ima svoje posebnosti, kako on to doživlja. Tu ima duhovitih momenata,